I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Rock bottom make a man and some pressure make a gemstone. Trying to put $1 to my name like Creflo. Naja boy, late to the game, it's in the blood flow. And I'm from the south, it's thick skin and tough bone. Big attitude through big lips with gusto. Trust no kings, that's why they tried to crush souls. But it's IGBO, when the dust blow, this old head be standing there. No silver, just gold. Crack no books on the hustle, I was born to grind. Yo, scared of your potential, I'm adorned with mine. 30 times around the sun, man, of course I shine. My legacy will not dwarf with time. And in my daughter's eyes, it's basic, I must not say quit. Every day sees a present like a Rob St. Nick. Walk a fine line between tenacious and patient. I can't slip, I'm fighting clocks and they can't win.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Impeccably I flow, hardest raps you know, breaking status quo, reaping what I sow, artistry like Django. Get it from my mama, hip so thick that I need tempo. Personality, spicy body banging like a bongo. Cause black women been it since Timbuktu, since Pharaoh. Sponge rollers and hot combs, lips, cheeks and brow bones. If you ain't for the culture, then please stay out of my zone. These little dummy rappers could never grace my headphones. See, I'm from a place in space where ain't no storytelling, you just had to have been there. If you want the battle, ain't no problem, say where. I got so much experience, I can't even play fair. But I'ma keep evolving and growing and hurting feelings and showing you need endurance to go in. I got mileage on this pen, I've been busy cause I've been out here schooling all these kids. Took 3 decades to have this glow up that I did.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. Turn all of my
guys were checking shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Alfred.
Oi, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh, you wanna get sued?
Judgment, Alfred.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a running. But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, boss. I love him when he does that.
Let's watch.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here coming at you with another raw narrative. And it's so good to see everyone tonight. Bo, I hope you feel better. I know what you had said you had a headache earlier today. I hope it feels better soon. I hate headaches. I really just have to like lay in a dark room and take whatever ibuprofen or something. I hate headaches. So I hope you feel better soon. And Reptile Wildfire, I know I was going to go on a little bit early and then I was like, well, let me see if I can't hurry up and get this quick video out. So I wanted to put in a quick video. I didn't think it was going to turn it into a short, but I think they made the shorts longer. So we're going to go ahead and look at it though. But if you guys are looking for it, it's going to be in the short section, not in just regular videos. So, um, and hey, KJ's Wildfire, I'm so sorry I did not get back to your email, but I saw your email, so I'm going to be going into emails probably tomorrow. Just because I've been so busy, but it's a good thing. I like being busy. And thank you so much, Chuchi and Little Miss Sharon. You guys are the best mods ever. Like, all my mods are great, and you guys are always, just helping out. And I was laughing earlier because you guys jogged my memory. I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't do it without you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Hey, Trishy, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. And hey, Telly, this is a good one, guys. He says, or she says, winners focus on winning and losers focus on winners, right? And I think that is so strong. That is such a strong statement. And thank you, C. Taylor, for being here in the Green Hearts. And Kylie Ray is here also. Good to see you. And let's see here. Who else do we have? I don't want to miss anybody. Rosebud, that was a good comment. Rosebud says, Lady Freedom, WTF. Look. I know. And I know, like when I saw this video, like the hairline, there's a couple of things that really got me, and I was like, oh. And so, I was kind of sending it around a little bit and I'm like, should we go over? I mean, do we have a match? It's so hard to tell. Again, I tried to zoom in, right? But then it kind of distorts things. And then you have the light coming from the kitchen. And then also the big screen is very bright. But I think we can kind of see relatively how tall things are um, at certain points. And then also you have to remember like the camera angle will distort an image as well. So I'm learning a lot about that actually as I'm going along, but that's my understanding. And I just need your guys' help to look and, what are we looking at? You know, um, Scarlet Begonia, so good to see you. And hey, Maui, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And we have Lawnmower here and Barb Harrigan. Hello, Barb. Good to see you. And Deanna, thanks for being here. Yeah, Brenda. Oh, Brenda's here. Good to see you. She says, hello, fellow dragons. That's so great. I'm trying to think if I missed anybody here. Let's see, because yeah, there we go. Hey, Shadow. Good to see you, Shadow. And Holly. So good to see you. Autumn. So nice to see you, Autumn. Oh, cool, Trishy. I need to start streaming on Facebook, especially because Devlin, there's a lot of people that stream um or do live streams on Devlin on Facebook and then also just in the group. So thank you so much. I really think Facebook has um just a lot of people. It seems like certain platforms people really enjoy, like some people want to go on TikTok, some people like to go on YouTube. So and I'm just kind of learning how to stream on all of them. But StreamYard has a function we could stream to both. So I want to try that sometime. Yeah, I know, Seth, exactly. I so I did some research on this before the live. We kind of went over and because I had gotten a weird text message um saying that she had posted about the gathering of voices, and the first thing I thought of was that is absolutely bonkers, right? Like it's crazy. um I was really taken back, and then she's talking about flying drones and all this crazy stuff, right? So, and it's nothing positive, nothing positive at all. But it says she's mentally ill, in my opinion. Wish she'd keep my son's name out of her mouth. And I mean, like I said, she's not bringing anything good to the situation. Um, I think that's how everything started. I heard about Texanna from Terry Lynn because Terry Lynn said that she had shown up to the vigil and she was acting crazy. And so I was like, oh, she's like, there's this crazy lady that showed up. And that was when she kind of came on the scene. So, hey, April, so good to see you. And of course, we've been trying to find, people who resemble the green hoodie person, right? But it's so hard because, again, we just don't have the greatest pictures to work with. Even the ones that At Night put out, I couldn't really tell. Um, I would like to see a better view of the green hoodie. And maybe that was by design. We were talking about that too last night, about how maybe they were trying to kind of conceal the identity a little bit. But I'm wondering how long Green Hoodie knew Kathy Bowersox for, because she is absolutely involved, um, with, that, and knows her for sure now. So it's a little bit, it's kind of interesting. She says she's gonna fly the drones. She's gonna have a team of drones and don't approach them. Like, it's really weird. Like Seth said, it sounds like the ramblings of someone who is very not all there, like there's I mean, I'm trying to be as nice as possible. I'm just saying, you know, it's bizarre, and it's almost like a paranoid feeling like, "Oh, I'm gonna call here," and, there was another phone call she posted talking to an officer, "Is it okay if we do a gathering?" And it's just very strange, you know? Yes, that sounds like someone who Chris hangs out with. Well, I mean, maybe they play dark black ops in the backyard, because I can see them doing something like that. Like, they just get in, like, military gear, and they're like, "Don't approach me." That's a 10-4. I don't know, I'm terrible with that. I've never served, nor do I know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, they seem like they're very it's so immature. It's just a lot of immaturity, you know? Thank you, Telly. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of immaturity, and it's a lot of, like, silliness, where you're kinda like, "Is this person serious?" Are they really serious right now? And so then it got me thinking, and I'm like, "Well, maybe I could find something that I could do a comparison on." And I do wanna just say, disclaimer tonight, um, I'm not saying that this person is or isn't. I would just like for you guys to tell me what you think. I want you guys to say, "No, Lady Freedom, I don't know about that," or, "Yeah, I think it is," or me, it may be even in the middle. It could be, because I understand we're not really working with the best photos either, or video. So, the one that I'll show you of this person is very clear, but the green hoodie is not. So, I don't know if they're watching, or somebody is watching and they know who this person is. Um, Maybe we could figure it out. I mean, you just never know. So also Jen was like, "Hey, have you ever saw that person?" And I said, "No, I really don't know a whole heck of a lot about her except for what Terry Lynn told me." And so she said, "Okay, let me send you a picture." Well, then I hadn't even had a picture, of this person, in my phone. I don't know what I did with it. I'm looking around for it. So again, I was kind of looking for, um, just what she was looking like maybe back then too. And so I found like a Facebook post, or picture. So that's kind of how I came to know what she looked like. And at first I was like, "No, I don't know that it's her." I was really thinking Katie's mom. And I'm still, on the fence about it. I'll show you guys Katie's mom really quick, because we were kind of speculating. And again, it's just purely speculative. We don't want to contact or harm her, or, just anything like that. It's just more of like, what do we think, right? Um, People have some, again, features that are kind of unique to themselves, right? I mean, even if they don't have like tattoos or something like that, we can kind of look at, their jawline, their forehead, their hairline, ears, just the whole 9 yards. Um, so yeah, cuckoo, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's right. That's exactly that's exactly it. Um, and it's like, why? Peace, love, Jeeps. It's good to see you. She thinks she's running the show, Holly. That's the problem. That is the problem. And I'm like, you know, I don't typically approach people unless, I'm talking to them about something, but I don't know how she thinks that people would try to approach someone with a drone. Like if I see someone flying a drone, I'm just going to let them fly it. Like, okay, what does that bother me? Now if they like fly it into my, face or something, it might bother me, but other than that, I don't see it being an issue. And drones fly above, so it's not as if, you gotta be like, "Oh, these pesky" it's like bugs, these pesky drones are just all over. Um, I just don't think it's like that. Yeah, I know. Exactly. I wouldn't fly it down there either, and then what about, like, power lines and stuff? I mean, I don't even know anything about it, Seth. Like, I know we have a drone here that we've taken to the beach, but it's not a good quality, I mean, some of those things can really get into areas and things like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just missing the point. I'm just missing the point. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, SI officer, exactly. Um, Finding people along the way, and some people do anything for money, in my opinion. Well, and I don't think a lot of people give her much notice, right? I think that it's again a situation where she's not all there. And I would have to agree with Seth, I mean, I've never met her, but just by the posts, right? Because when people post like nonstop. I mean, it's one thing to post a couple times a day. I try to post to get in the algorithm. Sometimes I'll post a good song or something I think you guys might like, just on the community wall, just random stuff. But mostly I'll share out flyers, true crime stuff. I do like that one lady. She cracks me up. She dresses like, in her boots and sweatpants, and it just cracks me up. Um, oh, Tully, what kind of poll do you guys want? I'll make a poll. I know how to make one from here. Um, Yeah, yeah, it's all allegedly in all of our opinions, right? It is. It is, Chuchi. And that's how it's supposed to be anyway. Um, my next question, Rosebud says, is this the more productive thing to do that KP was wishing for? I doubt it. She's probably like, okay, Lady Freedom, I didn't mean to look into this much, don't be looking in over here. But I mean, I I think a lot of people took offense to that. Rosebud, oh, people were not happy with that. Especially because Katie doesn't seem to have done much herself. Now, I don't know what Katie does. I can't say, like, oh, I know she hasn't done anything. I can't say that 100%. But I do think that there would be more of a presence. Um, and you see that she doesn't act like, say, Kyron Orman's or his mom is so much different um, than Katie. If I look at both of them, if I look at Michael Monkey Vaughn's mom, it's just there's such a difference. Um, so yeah, but my vote is that I don't think that she's done as much as she should. Like we were talking about putting out the snacks and stuff, and she left, and I mean, it seems that she changed the code, right? Because Sebastian should have been able to get in and out of the door with a code, um, even if he didn't have a key. And that to me was heartbreaking. Like, I mean, yeah, she's definitely not acting appropriately. which I hate to say that there's a way to act and whatnot, but it's just very apparent. I don't know, Kylie, if there's a relation there. I don't think so. I've been kind of looking to see if I could find a relation ship between um or I don't know if she's an opportunist. I do know that she seems to get involved in missing children's cases. And she's also, may he rest in peace, Harris's case. She's very much unhinged about that case as well. And I don't understand it because there's really no need for that kind of stuff. Like I just, if you're gonna share a flyer, share the flyer. If you're gonna, do a deep dive into the case, do that. That's a good thing. I think we should, all be doing that, spending our time wisely that way. Look into things, go back to old interviews. We know so much more now than we knew back then, and we can apply that. And I think that would be a use of time that we can you know, spend, not, I guess, not necessarily in a positive way, but it's trying to be a part of the solution. So that's where I'm kind of like, I think she's done this in other cases as well. Um and if this is the first time she's doing it, it's bad enough. It really needs to stop. Trishy says, not in touch with reality remain yeah, reminds me of the gal in Florida who talked on her Facebook live streams and connected her life with Sebastian's. It was bizarre, seemed schizophrenic to me. Oh gosh, I didn't see her. See, Trishy, and I'm not as much on Facebook. With Devlin's case, it brought me on there and TikTok, so now I'm kind of juggling those. Wow, I do not know who that lady is. That is very scary. And we've kind of been talking about that too, that Seth has encountered people who have acted very creepily in his life. Like, and I mean, it's like you understand that people want to help, but it gets to the point where it's very creepy, right? And bizarre. Well said, Trishy. I just couldn't even imagine. Brenda Calvert says, does Sumner County post mugshot pictures of every arrest? Maybe we should look at Green Hoodie in those pics. Oh, that's a good idea. Like, look for the green hoodie in those pictures. That's a good idea, Brenda. I have no idea if they post them. Seth, do you know if they post them? I guess that's a good question to ask because you were in the corrections. I mean, not that both counties, like I don't know how Davidson County does things as opposed to Sumner. Um, that is something to look into, Brenda. I mean, another thing that's been glaring at me is that Katie Proudfoot and Chris Proudfoot are both seamen. And I love calling them that. It's funny. Uh, but they are held to a higher standard because of that, right? And they should absolutely be acting differently. Again, let's take away that they're not acting like the typical missing parents of a missing child, but they're also not acting like military personnel, in my opinion, or really just anybody with any type of decency, in my opinion. So that's what's very confusing to me too, because they're not going to say another law enforcement officer for help. They are not searching for Sebastian. And Seth, Chris was on a panel with Barbecue Lady and that other chick. I don't know that they were friends. And they were talking with him and they were, again, they were shooting the shit. and they were talking about Chris and his time in the, thanking him and blah, and it made you want to throw up. But either way, Chris starts talking about how he was cleaning up after the tsunami and running recovery after the tsunami. So he is trained, and so is Katie, to be out in the field. And if they needed to look for someone, they weren't going to leave random people that had passed away from the tsunami out there, right? So why would they leave Sebastian out there if Chris thought he was in the woods or what have you? So again, it's just very odd behavior. And then they go on these YouTube channels and do not talk about Sebastian at all. That's another thing that's weird because they actually think that the people want to, again, shoot the shit with them. And people are actually like, probably wanting to ask questions about Sebastian. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It's weird. And then they sat on that panel for 7 hours. Chris was on earlier. I mean, again, Katie says we're not productive. That's just full circle back to that. So, blessed in Florida. So good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So I mean, it's just vomit time. Exactly, Seth. It's like barf bag engaged. Does anybody need a barf bag? We're handing them out tonight because we're about to get into it. But thanks, Autumn. That's so sweet of you. So she says, stay strong, Seth. Yeah, and I mean, there you go. Choochie's got a bucket. There you go, Choochie. Thank you. All right, pass the bucket around. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, exactly. It's mother-in-law from HE man. I mean, Holly. Exactly. Exactly. God bless you, Seth. Thank you, SI officer. That's so sweet of you. The shoulders on the green hoodie look too broad for KP's mom. That's a good point, Rosebud. And that's the thing. Um, in this picture, oddly enough, both of these people that we're comparing are standing with their hands perfectly to the side, like the green hoodies. So that's like, okay, we have the pose. But I do think that there's some differences. Now, I said last night, women, we fluctuate in weight, right? I mean, guys do too, but I think women do more so. And so I'm thinking that Katie's mom is also a little bit wider and a little bit taller, right? And I mean that in the most respectful way. Again, we all who are who we are, and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for the purpose of comparing body types, this is what I'm saying. Right? So don't come for me because I think everybody's beautiful just the way they are. All right, except for Frances though, because she is a pedo. Um, So, I go for what's inside of people, not what's outward otherwise. So Liberty, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I know I done some detective work on that Texanna in the beginning of the case with when Julie was on Sebastian's case and was looking into the family tree, etc. But I forgot. Why am I not surprised Julie did some digging like that? Wow. Okay, well then I'm gonna have to go check it out. Oh, guys, that reminds me. So the Sweetie Pilo interview, she put it on a members only, and yeah, I probably could go over there and, just I don't know how much it is, but I'm sure it's, maybe like mine 3 or 4.99. But then I was like, I don't think she wants it out there, for anybody. Like, I don't know if she wants it replayed. So what I'll do is I'll try to email her. Um, You guys might have to remind me. Just be like, Lady Freedom, did you email? Did you get a chance? Yes. But yeah, you might have to remind me about it. But I will try to reach out to Sweetie Pilo and see if she doesn't mind if I, transform her interview or just play pieces of it, or maybe there's certain pieces. But typically when people put it on a members only, I think it's just common courtesy to ask, because that if they privatize something, or put it on members. I mean, maybe they just don't want it out there, but um, I'm interested to know more about Texana because of her behavior. I mean, who goes to a vigil and says, "Where's the food?" Like, how about you chill and you act like a human being and maybe just stand there for a moment of silence because we're not here for a positive experience. I mean, be patient. Do not rush people. And when the video that I saw, I also saw a video. So the video that I saw, and I don't know where the hell it is, but the ladies behind the counter were like, "Oh, hello, how are you doing? What size shirt do you need?" Like, so sweet and kind. And you just, if you're there for a missing child, you need to be nice and kind to people. I don't care if you like them or not. Grin and bear it. Grin and bear it. Because or if you can't do that, go take yourself on your ass someplace else, right? Take your ass and move it to somewhere else because there's no reason to do that. And like I said, I heard it from a lot of people that she was acting absolutely insane. And that's not acceptable, and nobody should let her do that. Black ops over there. Um, Poppy Love, it's so good to see you. She says, "Hey, Lady Freedom and everyone just got here. Who were you talking about with the drones?" So Texana. So what I'll do, I know I'm a little behind in chat, and it's so good to see everybody. Hey Jen, good to see you. Oh my goodness, Jen, I meant to go over to your live, and then I was like, I had a couple phone calls come in. Oh my gosh, girl. And then I was like, I need to get this live out because I have this, or the video out because I had found a good video. And I think that I need your opinion on this. Hello, Catherine. Good to see you. Because I do think definitely Texana is my number one pick. She's the draft pick is Green Hoodie. Tina girl, good to see you. Let's see who else. Oh, Cinderella, good to see you. I see Cinderella. I don't want to miss any of you guys. If I do, just holler at me. I love Debbie says what she'll say. Lady Freedom, you did not say hi to me, and I said hi to you one time in the chat. She cracked me up. It made me laugh so hard. Hey KG Mac, good to see you, and Gail is here. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. So I want to play this really quick because I know that Jen's got to go to bed soon too, because I don't like to keep you guys up a lot, but I always like to kind of see what everybody's saying in the chat. So I'm going to share this out. And it did turn into a short. So like I said, it might be a little bit harder to see, but I did zoom it in a little bit. And feel free to zoom it, if you have to. But this is our comparison. Do I have to do that? Oh, doesn't. Oh, there we go. Okay, guys. So, oh, good. I'm unmuted. Okay, so I wanted to stop. I wanted to scroll up just a tad. I don't know why I wasn't wanting to play. I know there's a little play button up there, but I want you guys to see this. And I'll play it again because it's not a long one. But they're both in both photos. We have somebody, with their hands in the same position as Green Hoodie. So I think they kind of look very similar because you can kind of see, a wider midsection, right? And then skinnier arms. And then I think these pants are baggy. Obviously, these are a little bit more fitted, but it seems like they're also kind of baggy. You can see the extra. And it definitely appears that this could be a match even just right here. Now, of course, this is not going to be to scale. I can't really, I mean, I could make it look like they're exactly the same height, of course, but I would never do that. I want to stay true to what we're looking at. I also want to mention Texana's got some pretty thick hair, especially on top. She's kind of leaves it thicker on top, and then she's definitely just had a haircut because the back of her neck is, very even, right? So, also, I want to ask the Sumner County Sheriff's Office if the green hoodie or if Texana and the green hoodie, because they both don't have teeth, then I think that that is a good indicator that we might have a match too. And that is because Texana obviously doesn't have teeth in right now. And I was trying to figure out, like, if perhaps she, just doesn't wear her teeth out, but she's definitely at like a festival here and her teeth are out. So, meaning she doesn't have her dentures in if she wears them. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. I'm gonna have to have dentures one day too if I'm lucky enough to live that long, right? So, Jen, thank you so much. Jen, you didn't have to send that. Thank you very much, Jen. Good night and thank you, thank you. She says she's drafted. She's drafted the green hoodie, right? I mean, it's very similar. It's so uncanny, especially watching the video. And I wish I had a better picture. Um, oh good. Yes, 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 yes. It's 6 a.m. where you're at, KJ Mac. Oh my goodness. Aw, thanks, blessed. Texana looks very much like the green hoodie to me. Yeah, I think so, Liberty. I think they're super super duper close. Super spot on. Well, yeah, even I'll show you again too on the profile cuz this is a good profile of the green hoodie or excuse me, of Texana, my bad. Okay, so we have a profile here and it- again, someone it does appear that someone has blurred Green Hoodie's face off. So if Nick the Hat is listening and you do have a picture of the green hoodie that we can see that's like um actually the green hoodie, right? Like I would like to get just like the picture to compare it. That would be great because I think I mean you can really see in both that they're just blurred out somewhat. I've tried to slap the filters on it. I've tried to, take away layers and that sort of thing. And all it does is distort the image more. It does not help doing that process at all. Um, I mean, it's like this is a really good one, right? These are good comparisons. I really think we could possibly have a match here for Green Hoodie. So hold on one second. Okay, so slow motion, but again, you can kind of see the same hairline. Again, it's hard to see the ears, right? Now, the where the Texas Roadhouse um cameras are situated are, up near the gutters, right, of a building, um, you know, off the roof or whatever, soffit. I don't know what to call it, but either way, that's where they are all around. So there's multiple angles. Um, I think there's even a camera, and I'd have to go back to the other video when I was there, because I tried to get all the cameras that would have gotten her face um really well. And it's very well lit over there as well. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's dark outside. Even in the restaurant, the kitchen is so and another thing too is they could have put a filter on this because the kitchen is super duper right there. Um, but again, you see kind of the profile. And when she's going to turn her head again, you'll see not so much this time, but you can see the hair on her neck. And I think her hair was a little bit longer. And again, we could she could have dyed her hair. Um, oh, I don't know if she was in the Navy, Liberty. That's a good question. Yeah, Sammy, I was gonna say you might have to zoom in. If I could put it in as an actual video, it might help a little bit. I'm glad that they moved like the like buttons off of it so it's not, because I mean sometimes you're really trying to show the image. But like our ears are so unique to ourselves that if we were to be able to compare that, we might even be able to get a better match. But you can't see her because again, here she's blurry. I mean, very, 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 very blurry. Okay. So, and I play it over again. But yeah, so my issue here is that it does seem that Kathy Bowersock has known, oh, sorry, has known this hoodie person for a while. And unfortunately, she has been wreaking havoc on Sebastian's case, and, I understand and again, a disclaimer, I do understand that we are all gonna have differences of opinion, and, there's gonna be some stuff where, I might watch it and I might be so damn annoyed, and I'm like, "I can't believe somebody thinks this." But then again, they're entitled to feel that way. So I get that she's entitled to feel that way, but it's just the level of crazy. That's it's a scary level, it really is. Oh, thank you, Chuchi. I was like, someone's texted me. Oh, thank you. She texted me too. Okay, good guys. Thank you. I'll get it. Um, she's in charge of feeling important and relevant. My pre-coffee sassiness. That's funny. KJ Mac, I'm telling you, I have a coffee ready here myself. And the FBI needs to be notified of this by Seth. Yeah, I agree. It's an uncanny resemblance, right? It really is an uncanny resemblance. You think she might be connected to Lori? Okay, so yesterday I showed you guys Lori because oh, I put her in the video. Okay, because I didn't know if everybody had seen Lori before or if, Gail, you think that At Night and Dog know who the green hoodie is. Well, I was confused when they put out that it was on the Proudfoot side. And then I was like, we were doing research in the beginning and it reminded me of William Christopher Guy. So, yes, yes, exactly. Well, and that's what the hoodie will cover up, is like if she has like a little mom pouch, right? I call it a mom pouch. But yeah, I can zoom in. It's just a pain in the butt because it's a short. And I hate how it made it a short. Maybe I could pull it in as a different way. I don't know if YouTube is okay with that. Hold on. Oh, sorry. That was my bad. I did that. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, I think it should be Oh, and it's 4 feet, guys. The standard at the tallest, 3.5 feet, shortest. Okay. So this one, I might have to zoom out a little. No, not necessarily. You can see her face. And of course, you had to see, I had to flip the picture. Just so that's why the timestamp is backwards. And then I just want to point this out here. Just the back of her neck is a lot like the green hoodie. Also, she's got kind of not a whole, and guys, again, I'm not trying to be horrible to this woman. I'm just saying that she doesn't really have a long neck, and so neither does this other person, right? So they both have kind of, it just kind of goes down little tiny bit of neck action, right? And then also you can kind of see where the profile matches here, the hairline, right? There's her ear. You can't see the close up, but you also see the hairline. Um, and again, the chins match up in my opinion, even though it is tough to see it. Right, and then Texanna doesn't like to wear her teeth, and again, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just saying that, her teeth are out, and she's kinda, got the no teeth thing going, and, I wonder if the green hoodie was doing that too, like, where she was like, if she didn't have her teeth in either, then maybe we got a match. I know, I know. Well, Liberty, I just wish that they would come out and show us better pictures of the green hoodie if they want help identifying who it is, because I have tried I've tried like hell to manipulate these, and maybe they did too. Hey, Ann Brock. So yeah, let me show it to you, Kija. Give me 1 second, hon. Let me grab it. We'll stop this because I have to. Oh, I was watching Don B, guys. He put out a good video too. Let's see. I just like watching everybody's opinions, you know what I mean? And then it's just nice to see everybody's. All right, so I could go ahead and zoom out on this page now. And then let me go up to here. I just put it in the video. Now, Lori has darker hair. She does. And not so similar. Here we go. To the green hoodie, in my opinion. If you guys didn't see last night's live, was really good. I just brought in some of the research from JLR when he did this in the beginning, and it was pretty good. Horrific story involved with Katie's side, which I was very surprised about. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys. And Lori was there. I had watched a video with Hindsight earlier, or of Hindsight's earlier, and she was showing when Seth was saying that there was 4 people there when he got there, plus Lori, Kalinakis, which I'm assuming is a Greek last name. Sounds like one anyway. Um, from like friends that I've grown up with and stuff. But this is her, and Katie is the one with the long hair, right? You can see her long curls. Let me show you guys. This is Katie's hair, and then this guy, I have no idea who this dude is, but this one is allegedly Lori, right? And Katie appears to be talking or telling a story because, I mean, she looks like a little kid, coming to the story time, right? And just listening in awe of whatever Katie is saying, in my opinion. And then I think this is supposedly a neighbor, but you guys can help me out if you guys have seen this before. Lori's bigger. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lori's bigger than it appears. Like, I believe that the green hoodie was wearing baggy clothes, right? I mean, a baggy hoodie, obviously hoodies should probably be baggy. And then, she was wearing baggy pants that were not fitted, or like leggings or something like that. Um oh wow. Oh goodness sakes, Trishy. Jeez Louise. I will definitely look at that. Wow. Mm, yikes. See, and that's what's kind of scary, you know. Yeah, I know. And see, Chuchi, it's so tough because if I was to pull this in, it would just distort the image so much trying to put it on the big screen to even see it. And even when you take layers off of it, see, that's the trouble with this picture. And that's what I found before, you know. I was glad to have found this one. Um, a video of her up close to do a comparison, but the green hoodie is so tough, you know. Liberty's sold on the green hoodie. Yeah, I'm like, gosh. Oh, thank you, Trishy. It's tough though. It's really tough to do because of the how distorted the images are, you know. Yeah, designed by 2E. Says Katie looks like she had just showered with her hair there, and where's her bed hair from waking up and discovering Sebastian missing? I think that's a really good point. Um, it does appear that Katie's hair is like freshly pulled back, right? Because you can kind of see, even like the brush marks and stuff like that. Um, Yeah, I'll say. And people that have curly hair, your hair does not look, perfectly curly when you wake up in the morning. I know that because I have curly hair. So you kind of look like, you stuck your hand in a, you know, plug outlet. Funchuski, good to see you. The man is allegedly John, who is Lori's husband, but supposedly getting divorced from Seth in the chat. Yeah, so I've seen a picture of John, and John's a big guy, and he's got dark hair. Um, so I don't think it's John Funtuski, but it might be. Maybe I've seen younger pictures of him only. Katie has same hair and similar clothes the night before. Yeah, she does. It does appear that she's wearing a navy blue hoodie right there. That's what I'm seeing, right? Unless it's like maybe a windbreaker jacket. Um, so thank you, Chuchi. And Brenda Calvert says, Katie has the same hair and some sorry, I read that one. Sorry, guys. Uh Designs taking time for a shower at a time, like that would be really odd behavior. I mean, I would think so too. No, I wouldn't wanna well, for one, it would be suspicious, right? KJ Mac, I would think, like, somebody's trying to get rid of evidence or something. But then also, Um, I'm surprised that she didn't get ready that morning, or mention it, right? Like if she had said, "Yeah, I got up, got in the shower at 5:30," right? Like say she says, "I got up at 5:30, I showered, I went to go wake up Sebastian, he wasn't there." Then I could see it because then, she would have had her hair, going too. Um, it's really difficult to put your hair up in a ponytail, though, like that, um, again, when it's curly. And Katie looks like she's got pretty thick hair, so I don't know. But I've never seen her in person, so I don't know. So, yeah, I thought it was a neighbor. I did. I thought it was a neighbor. Yeah, Funtuski. That's what I said. I know that I know Chris was doing a Just for Men action before. Um, and I don't see Ethan in this picture, Funtuski, but I know they went out to dinner at a Mexican restaurant and he was in the picture then, but that was after Sebastian went missing. And Kylie says, plus Lori rang in a channel at the beginning trying to paint a pretty picture of mommy of the year. And Katie, oh wow, Katie was, mind you, detouring people away from the truth. That's when I didn't trust her and seen through her. Kylie, I've never seen that or heard that interview. So that's interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Because I was always wondering why she's never come out and talked. So maybe I've just not heard that before. Um, I was surprised that none of Katie's people had come out because she does have a very large family. And then of course when you're in the military, you have a large group, right, of, people who have your back, their friends, whatever. Um, so I would too, Funtuski. I've thought about it and it's just hard. It would be hard to do. And also I just don't want to put that young man through it. I know I just don't understand. I think that's where my frustration lies with law enforcement because honestly, we shouldn't have to. I mean, I know we don't have to, but I'm saying it's strange that they have not dotted their I's and crossed all their T's, so to speak. I really don't understand why they haven't. Um, oh, really, Kylie Ray? I didn't know that. Hmm. She's definitely looking at Katie like she's in awe of whatever she's saying. So maybe there was some sort of something. Um, let me go ahead and go back to if you guys are done watching or looking at that. Here we go. So I just want to go back just a little bit here and show you guys again. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think we're here. See, and the light reflecting off. I mean, it's just so tough. Okay. And I did put a filter on this one as well. But it was a skin filter, so it was just to kind of darken a little bit. Whoop. Okay, then I did slow this down. So right here, again, is my focus to right here, right? And you can see that, when she's hunched over, she also has, kind of a little bit broader shoulder set, but not too much. And then also with her wearing a baggy shirt, you can kind of tell as well. And the other one, she was wearing a more fitted shirt. Um, and again, I'm just picturing if she had red hair here, and how that would compare. Because I do think that we're seeing more red hues in her hair here. Um, and then here's also down here, I wanted to show you guys from this profile to this profile. You have the cheekbones here and here. It's hard to tell the nose, but this it's the same where it kind of comes out just a little bit. Like my side profile, you could see a little tiny nose, but hers does come out, and she doesn't have a large nose by any means. It just comes out just a tad, right? And you can see it in her profile that it goes under, and you can't quite make it out in this one. I wish it was better. But again, then you see her nose is out this way, and then on her profile, it just drops, right? Same thing here. From the nose, it just drops down with the chin. And then again, it looks like she doesn't have like a whole lot of room. Even the way the hoodie is sitting here is the same way the shirt is sitting here, right? And I wish we could do a close up on her hands, because I think seeing her hands would be a better comparison as well. So let me just go. I'm just going to tap this. Okay. And then this one you can kind of tell, and especially the way her hair is cut, it's like she left a lot on the top and she faded the bottom, and it's just like I said, if you if you could picture her hair being red, um Sammy says, you guys know TF wrote a book in 2010. Yeah, the book is about a young boy who has a mother with bipolar, and they were separated for 5 years and finally are reunited. They begin a new life. Yeah, the book is weird. It is very strange. Um, yeah, Sammy, thank you for bringing that up. I don't want to knock anybody's creativity, but I find it interesting that she's seemingly obsessed with kids, right? Like I don't know what the deal or what the fascination is, but she was claiming on her live stream that she works for CPS or she's a social worker of some type. Um I think it's odd that she would write a book like that. I haven't read the book, obviously, I don't have time to do that, but I did kind of research the book somewhat. Um, yeah, yeah. The top is definitely shiny for sure, Cinderella. Wet hair, no. I don't think it's wet, just because like I said, curly hair, it takes a long time to dry. Um, so I think it just could probably have been took a little while to dry, still looks wet. And also a lot of times you'll put like the scrunch stuff in it or whatever. Um, Funchuski says, if you look, would they be similar and did a name change for maybe a behavioral camp, in my opinion? I've wondered about that too, Funchuski. Um, and if this person knows a lot of people who house children, she could have taken Sebastian somewhere. And again, her behavior is not normal to me. It is not normal at all, you know, um, just very bizarre. Okay. And then I want to go up a little bit more. Sorry here. Okay, that's not the one. I wanted to make sure. And again, like right here, when she kind of turns all the way around, you can see again where that hair sets on her shoulders or on the back of her, the small of her neck, rather. Um, you can also see, of course, that she's heavier in the middle section, right? And that's kind of how, us women are, especially, when we are, have, you know, bigger upper parts, right? I don't know how to say it. Either way, it does match up in my opinion. Oh, KJ says, I think the key to identifying green hoodie is going to be in the walk. And I will say, KJ, that Jen has seen her walk, and she did say that her mannerisms are pretty spot on, which I was like, okay, so it sounds like we do have a match, which is why I was kind of looking more into her as well. So here we go. All right. So again, right here, so similar, even though it's not an exact, but she kind of has in maybe her eyes were closed in the picture. Again, it's not the greatest. But you can also see the way her head shape right here is more boxy to her cut. And I think it's not her head, the shape of her head. I think it's the cut that she has, that she's rocking right now. Um, I'm shocked she's not wearing her bandana. Well, she's always wearing the bandana. She is always wearing the bandana. And that's the thing. It's like it's a rare moment when you can get her without wearing it. Now there are pictures of her when she's got long hair, and she does like to seem to keep it brown when she wears it long. So it was definitely a behavioral camp that they had planned, and it was why Sebastian caught on something was going on, or she told him, yeah, at the table when he started to fight and stress. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely like telling her no, right? He shook his head no, and that is very concerning. I also think if Ellie wants the public to believe they found Green Hoodie, that they need to tell us what uh, the hoodie says, because I've spent hours trying to figure out that hoodie. Well, that's a good point. Like what the writing on the hoodie is. It's difficult to try to figure it out, right? Because she's always in motion and it's blurry. Is it a sports team that the logo, for a sports team? I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? And I'm wearing a hoodie right now, and I mean, I would think that the logo would be visible, or more, easy to decipher anyway. Um, oh yeah, Liberty changed Sebastian's appearance to match E appearance. Who would think outside the box, in my opinion? Yeah, I mean, I think it's time to think out of the box, Fantuski. I think it is time to, I mean, there's just something that we've missed, obviously. Maui says, is there a computer program you can run the pictures through that could help identify if they are the same person? That's a good question. Maybe like, I don't know if they have an app for that. I'd have to look and see. I mean, I think I think it's such a close match for me, but again, we do need more. We do need more, a more clear picture. But even the back of her right here, and again, the way, and I don't mean to be, but it's almost like a flat top, I just think of it like that. And then her ear from this angle, it's like you can barely see it. So, and her chin, her neck, all seem to match. They all seem to match up pretty evenly, you know. Oh, may have used her son's credentials. I see that. First, Seth didn't agree on that. That doesn't mean that stop looking for the right one, and the right one, Katie and Chris eyes would be the free courtesy of a church or Navy, because greeds what, yeah, wouldn't waste their own money. Yeah, I mean, and that could very well be the case. And Kylie, I think it's something that Jen had also mentioned, that perhaps there's some sort of a program, or um like a facility where they would, kind of trade off, and I hate to even think about it, but it's very possible that it would be a military, facility. I can't picture Katie telling him anything in public unless it was a lie. In my opinion, hoping a nearby customer would hear it and stand up for her later to advance her narrative, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm surprised no one has come out at all like that. I mean, Bobby, the neighbor, has. But then again, there's a lot of other neighbors that knew things, and, again, I think there was that guy that had a home in New York and a home in Tennessee, and he came out and spoke about it. So yeah, the Texas drama girl. I mean, Fave Auntie, she's causing a lot of stuff that's very unusual, and I don't understand why you would do something like that. It's very odd, Trishy. Um, There's a computer system like AI that will find design of the hoodie. Oh, okay. So we could try to figure out if we can get a good picture of the logo. That would help. That Mugly. That's funny. I have tried different overlays, and it always says the photo are too blurry, but I have not done the green hoodie in text. I know, and see, that's my biggest problem, because look how blurry that is. That is just a screenshot, and these are the ones that they put out just like this. I didn't alter these at all. I just kind of cropped them in a little bit, which obviously that probably makes it a little bit more blurry as well. Um, and there's another kind of a still shot for you guys if you wanted to look. There's kind of her from the front, but I mean, it's a very, I mean, just very similar. I don't know if she's chewing on, but she's definitely chewing on something. And then you can see her mouth is very thin, right? So if you guys are looking back at the photos and stuff like that, you can maybe even see that. And she also has forehead lines, right? And then she's got some wrinkles here, and even on the other side. So just some you could really tell, especially here, there's wrinkles that go downward here. Very tiny little chin, right? Very, very tiny. And again, it kind of reminds me of this up here, although it's hard to see. Same thing here, you know, and the forehead. Now, if you look at the curve of her hair, the way it is here, it kind of looks that way over here too. And again, you'd have to picture her as with red hair. And again, the flat kind of, top here, the way her head is flat in the back and then goes up. Flat in the back and then goes up and over. Same thing. Bring it down here since she's right there. Right here. And again, a lot of hair on top and just kind of faded out in the bottom. So just interesting, just something to kind of look into and look at. She's grazing on something. Okay, so again, my question, how long has Kathy known this lady, Chris's mom? How'd they get linked up? What's the deal? Is she just inserting herself in Sebastian's case? Did they know each other before? Could she be the green hoodie? Just so many questions. I have a lot of questions. So, I don't know. Well, that's why I'm like she could be like a shim favorite auntie because a lot of people were thinking that the green hoodie was a guy at first, or we were speculating on both really. Liberty says, OMG, I'm telling you that woman helped KP place Sebastian somewhere, in my opinion, probably using fake documents. I mean, she's batshit crazy enough to do it, Liberty. I mean, she's proven that. Sorry guys, I'm repositioning. I was sitting on my foot. But I mean, she's definitely crazy enough, right? We've checked that box off, I think. She looks like she kind of matches up with the height. Hello, Faye, good morning. So, I mean, does Green Hoodie seem to be wearing glasses to you? No, I did not see glasses, KJ. I didn't. Hold on one second. Let's go through this really quick. Oh, I wanted to read this really, really fast to you guys, and we'll look at her picture again. So she says, and I cannot find this post. I don't know if I just didn't like search hard enough for it, but somebody had sent this to me. And I'm appreciative of it because I didn't realize like that she was planning on doing this. Aerial photography teams. So she's going to have, black ops again. Teams will be operating drones in Tennessee during the week of February 22nd through the 28th. Please refrain from approaching our team members. That's not going to be a problem here that are wearing webcams or have drones. Okay, fantastic. The streets are public and you don't own them. Had several searches go on in the last few days. Well, that's good. Keep on searching. Keep on keeping on. All right. And of course, I was just putting that on there so anybody that wanted to read that could definitely take a look, see at that. And then the gathering of voices, which really, really matters. This event is going to be held, February 23rd through the 27th. This is an event that, Bullhorn Betty and her team had put out. I mean, I want to say it was like right after the Pig Fest because I was talking to her about she had told me about it and I said, "Oh, I will definitely, try to make it." And so of course then closer to time I was like, "Oh, I'll definitely go." And I see the importance especially because Sebastian's been gone and missing for 2 years, and that's too much. It's too long. There's no reason for that, right? We should already know where he is. And so the main event would be February 26th, 2026, Sumner County Sheriff's Office. On February 26th, 2024, Sebastian was reported missing. 2 years later, our voices joined together in remembrance, in love, and in hope, right? So these are all positive, remembering Sebastian, loving Sebastian, hoping that we can find him, right? We invite the community together in solidarity. Solidarity is a word that YouTube does not understand. Google it, y'all. Really, across the board. Unity, solidarity, coming together as one, right? Seth started Sebastian's army in order for us to come together as one for Sebastian, right? And to find him. That's what it's supposed to be about. And it was very early on that Seth had established this. So um give me I apologize. So we're inviting the community to gather in solidarity to honor Sebastian and to continue shining light on his story. Another big important piece of this is to continue shining light on his story, not to fly drones around and act a fool. But yet we will still have people that will want to do that, and that's fine. I don't ever plan my day around what haters or bad people are gonna do, right? Because if I did that, I'd never leave my house, right? I would be too worried. Oh gosh, I can't go out there because what if somebody's there? You can't do that. I won't do that. And Sebastian deserves better than that. So I would urge anybody that comes out just to remember those key things that we're gathering in solidarity. We're gathering to remember Sebastian, to show him that he is loved, and to bring hope to his father, and to let him know that he is not alone. Right. So you can also show your appreciation to Sebastian by wearing or bringing something green, right? Because we're going to continue to shine light on his story. Sebastian's favorite color is green, right? We want to do a tribute to Sebastian because that's what he deserves and that's what he would like, right? Because he likes the color green and he would appreciate that, I believe. Um, if you want updates or support, facebook.com/groups/justice for Sebastian. Together, our voices are stronger. Together, we remember, right? And we're not going to forget and we're not going to stop until this beautiful child is found, because he does not deserve to be out there in a school, in wherever he is, right? In a facility or whatever it is, wherever he is. Um he deserves to be found. Good night, Trishy. Thanks so much for being here. They may have and LE isn't talking. I think that there's a lot that LE isn't telling us. The first day, like I said, they were door knocking, they were going door to door trying to figure out who had footage, who didn't, if Sebastian was there, if he wasn't. Um, it was a big to do, right? They were really trying to figure out where he went. I'm sure they figured they'd find him really quickly because Katie and Chris told authorities that Sebastian walked out of the house with no shoes on between the hours of 12 and 6, right? Chris says he basically vanished between the hours of midnight and 6. So if I'm police officers, and God only knows, what type of story they were told about Sebastian, or how um, Sebastian was, because we were told different things too. So I'm not going to put it past them to tell law enforcement conflicting information either. They may have been looking for a child that couldn't get very far for himself, right? And then also coupled with he wasn't wearing any shoes in the cold. Although it was unseasonably warm for February, is still, as the night goes on, the temperatures drop and then it'll maybe be nicer during the day. But they did have weather in the following days, right? About day 3, they were expecting it to be very cold and you know, just icky weather. Um, so I remember correctly, I believe that the em emblem was from the high school in Gatlinburg. Oh, I just remember the channel that we're working on. It's been over a year. Wow, I didn't know that it was, one from Gatlinburg. Um, hmm, I would have to figure out how far away that is from Hendersonville. So Pamela Roberts says maybe we can see all those details, but it's so small I can't distinguish anything. Yeah, Pam, you're just gonna have to like take your fingers and zoom in. Like take your thumb and your index finger and zoom in. And I could also show you this if it helps. Give me 1 second. There we go. There's one that is a close up of who we're looking at. These pictures are gonna be just as is because if I try to blow them up, it's gonna distort them more. The pictures in the middle, that is. Um, it's just really gonna distort them more. So, um, yeah, it's hard, especially when we send them back and forth to each other because the more we do that, the more it distorts the image. Um, and then pretends it's for altruistic reasons. Yeah, suing should never be the first option. Well, and there I don't understand what the suing was about. I think it was Chris's attempt to get some of the GoFundMe money, right? Or to, punish Seth for his sister making the GoFundMe. In my opinion, that's what a lot of it boiled down to, although I wasn't, involved in any of it. So, but that's just my opinion as an outsider looking in on it. Funtuski says, Lady Freedom, can I say the channel that we're looking? Of course, yeah, go ahead, Funtuski, absolutely. Yeah, I welcome that here just because I'm why not? Somebody's doing hard work and research. Let's look at it. Justice for Nude, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And guys, there's so many channels. I hate to always be so negative. I feel like sometimes I'm just negative lately. I don't want to be that way. I mean, there's so many channels out there that are doing so well. And just really trying to dig in and figure this out. So oh, I see. Maybe a beef. Yeah. Maybe some sort of a beef. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. Because like I said, say I saw somebody that attended the vigil that I didn't care for, I would just not, you know, um, I would just not be in the vicinity, right? Like I equate it to like when I'd have to go to school functions and my ex-husband would be there, right? Like if it's volleyball, I'm sitting a couple bleachers down, right? If it's band, I have a lot more things, right? Because it's a big football stadium and I can sit wherever. And I would bring my lawn chair and I would sit near the band and watch them because that's who I was there to watch. I was there to watch my daughter play in the band. She was in marching band. I was a proud band mama, and I have a band mama t-shirt. So, and I'd be like, I'm here with the band, not the football players, right? Even though it's interesting to watch those kids too. Um, so, KJ, we do not have an itinerary per se. I do know that Betty said that she's going to be there in front of Sumner County Sheriff's Office from the 23rd to the 27th. I did hear her say that just recently on her channel. Um, I do know that we were also thinking about handing out some flyers like in town. And when I say in town, that's because I don't understand like where everything is as much. Like I know sort of Sebastian's neighborhood, I've kind of an area I've kind of have it like memorized. But not so much like I didn't go down by the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, so I've never really kind of been in their downtown area. But it would be good for us to fan out and branch out, right? In that case too. So I mean, passing out flyers, doing awareness, and that sort of thing is just going to be the main focus. I'm really wanting to put some positive messages. I'm going to make some signs. One of the messages I want to convey is that we need to get Seth cleared, right? It's been 2 years. If you cannot do that and we have experts saying that that is what needs to happen, um, then I think that's what needs to happen, right? Because who am I to say that the expert is wrong? Again, when somebody works really, really hard and they earn that position and that status and that um, they have that background and education and experience, who am I to tell Chris McDonough anything, especially when it comes to true crime. Maybe I don't know if it's something that I'm good at that he isn't. We all have stuff to bring to the table, but I'm certainly not going to be the one to say, no, I don't think that, and I do think Seth needs to be cleared. I do. I don't think there's any reason to keep it going like this other than the fact that you want to um, keep the proud feet happy. And again, there's no reason to keep somebody happy when Sebastian's missing, you know? So that's just kind of where I'm at. I mean, I don't really know that I don't think they ever stopped caring, Sammy. I just don't think they handled things correctly from the beginning. And I think that there's ego and embarrassment, and, really there should be. Any job that we make a mistake at, and anybody can make a mistake in any job there is, right? Um, but when you hold a position of power, you have really an obligation to do the very, very best that you can, and you have to be careful. It's not a job that you can take lightly. It's not a job that everybody can do. And I just think that when they arrived that morning, they were under the impression that they were dealing with a child who's, on the autism spectrum that ran away. They were absolutely looking at waterways, thinking that Sebastian would just go in those waterways, and everybody knew that that wasn't true because he likes pools, and even in the pool, he'll wear shoes. And so, if that was told to the officers from the beginning, we wouldn't be here. And again, if the officers were doing a better job, like the very first thing, you shut that house down. Katie wasn't even home yet. They had their job easy for them. All they had to do was tell Katie to turn her little ass around and get back to that police station because we have some questions for you, Miss Proudfoot. But instead, they didn't do that, right? They just let her sit in her house and make snide and rude comments and try to control what Seth was going to say to people. That's all they were worried about, in my opinion. And that never should have happened, right? They should have been brought down to the station. And then when Chris got off of work, he should have been put in a separate room from Katie. And then when Seth got off of work, he should have been put in a separate room from Katie and Chris. And they should have questioned these people, but they did not, right? They just didn't. And that's very odd. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they question them first? And then you clear those people as well as you can, right? You say, "Okay, I believe you," or "No, I don't. Let me get you some silver bracelets." But the way they were treated, um, in my opinion, was as if they were very entitled, right? There's no reason they should have been making those kind of comments when Seth came in the door, you know? Um, oh, okay, Poppy. Streets of Indian Lake area on Indian Lake Boulevard in Maine, Street, Johnny Cash Parkway. Okay, so that would be a good place to go, maybe? Yeah, yeah, lady, that's all it is with that LE. Yeah, and it's so unfortunate. It really is. YouTubers, you're so good to see ya. Um, can I ask who was in the pic in the front of the Christmas tree? That is Texanna Fernandez. That is a lady that I think might closely resemble, or I think closely resembles the green hoodie person. They're more concerned about protecting CP's family image. Thank you, Liberty. Yeah, than they are with doing their job and finding Sebastian and charging those responsible. And I think that they're also maybe a little bit sheepish because they didn't do what the proper protocol is, you know? So it does look exactly like her. I wish I had a better picture of her, like, to show you guys. So, Poppy Love says on Main Street around the Indian Lake near the park, Sheriff's Department in Gallatin. Okay, but not enough traffic to reach as many people. Downtown Gallatin, maybe too. We need to gather together at different places. I agree with that, Poppy Love. And I think that the fact that we have a few days, right? Like, or I should say a week to work with, which, is not it's not a problem because I don't have a little one. You know what I mean? I don't have any little kids that are depending on me or anybody like that. So, um yeah, I mean, I think that's a perfect idea, and I think that the more awareness that we can bring, the better, right? I just do. I know YouTubers here. I was so surprised when I went back and looked because, like I said, I had looked a while back, right? And then I was like, yeah, yeah, kind of does. But then again, I was frustrated with the green hoodie pictures that we got from at night as well. I was like, they're not good enough to compare. But then I was like, maybe we could try. Um, when I got that video, when I saw the video, it was so much easier. Like, especially when you see somebody in motion, and again, I know you guys were saying like the way that she walks, too. I definitely think it's a possibility in seeing all of the other crazy things she's been doing. Well, Holly, I'm right there with you. That's the reason for me too. Like that's what's like supporting evidence, right? It's just supporting evidence. That's all it comes down to. I'm like, yeah, that's not normal and why would you do that, you know? She's been doing it, wouldn't surprise yeah, wouldn't surprise me either. I mean, it really wouldn't surprise me. No, it wouldn't. No, because these people seem like they would do anything to make the proud feet happy, and that's concerning. That woman was extremely ill with cancer at the time Sebastian went missing, and she lived in Wisconsin. Oh, who was that? Who's that, Liberty? I missed it. Hello, Animal Mother. Good to see you. Oh, thank you, little Miss Sharon. Yes, we have to be mindful of in my opinions. I do too. Um, let's see. Smells like corruption in the air. I agree with that. I agree with that, Marion. I do. Again, that's why I really believe in my heart that I'm doing the right thing by going there and asking them to clear Seth. I do. Um, I honestly do. For many, many reasons, but mainly, because of the corruption, and I think they need to be reminded. Um, yeah, the McClures. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you, Justice for New. I believe those relative the McClures were associated in Wisconsin, also according to the news article. Yeah, so there was like it was like Minnesota, Wisconsin, West Virginia, and Kentucky. I'm like, okay, way to go around the Midwest. Poppy Love says, maybe we can hand out flyers as people leave church at Long Hollow Church, get approval but it's a lot of people and close to the Sebastian's home. He went missing from Texas Roadhouse is on Indian Lake Boulevard too. Okay, yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. It's just right there, right, Poppy? It's close. I think that would be a fantastic idea. Um, do you think that well, because wasn't there a command center there? I'm trying to think. Didn't or not a command center, but weren't they sending like the snacks over there? Because they had a lot more room, and I think didn't they do some dinners or lunches over there? Um, I'm trying to think if that was the same place. Yeah, I know. That's what's hard. is because I can make her like look like she's the same size, because I could just zoom in or out. I don't know how to do it to scale, but like this would be the closest that I could do would be this one and this one. And again, she seems to like to wear baggy pants. Like right here, I wish we could see her standing up here, right? Because she's wearing baggy pants here and baggy pants here. These ones are a little bit baggy, but they're still fitted. And then we have, the her midsection, but so you have a bigger midsection and then skinnier arms. So, hey, Crazy Buck, at the fire station. Let's see, I missed something up here probably. Would be interesting to see a pic. Oh, I saw that one. I understand completely, but the Proudfoots use many ways of diversion. They lead people to believe it was CP's stepsister Melissa allegedly, but it could be Texanna, in my opinion. Yeah. I was looking at pictures of Melissa actually, and I don't think she resembles any of the people that were there at all. I mean, at all, at all. You know, um, Justice, that woman was not related to CP. She was the illegitimate daughter of the woman CP's bio dad married. Oh, okay. When CP was already like 33 years old. Okay. Yeah, I kind of noticed that because you got Michael and Linda Proudfoot, right? And then they had he had another, was it two children by marriage? I'd have to go back and look. Um, but that's kind of what I've come to realize. Um, Aw, thank you, Animal. I really appreciate you. Aw, thank you. Lady CP's bio dad's wife that had when she was 17. Oh, okay. His bio dad's wife's, so it would have been Linda's daughter that she had back in the day when she was 17. I gotcha. Okay. We can't put flyers up on poles in Hendersonville. Yeah, they have someone they pay to go take them down. Okay, yeah, we need to talk to the mayor Cleary in Hendersonville. Okay, all right, that sounds good, Poppy Love. I think we have a little bit of time to get that done. Um, I don't think it would be against anything to hand them out. I think to the best of my knowledge, it's more like we can't put them on the cars, right? Like just put them on the windshields, or something like that. Um, I appreciate you going and doing what you're doing at this point. I can go. Thank you for being a voice for Sebastian. Yeah, of course, Marion. I appreciate you being here. And like I said, if anybody wants me to write your message on the poster boards, just send them to me in my email and just write in the subject line, message for Sebastian or message for Seth, whoever, whatever your message is, but just so I know that it's a message, right, that you guys want me to write on the poster. And then what I'm going to do is get them all together, make a community post, and then whoever wants to add them there, they can do that. So if you want to wait until I do the community post, feel free to do that. And or if you want to email it to me because it's on, fresh on your mind and you have something good you want to say, feel free to do that too. Um, so and hello MST, good to see you. Yeah, I heard they're best buds. What? I heard the mayor was right there. I mean, he really was the whole time. He was there on day 4 at the press conference. It was the whole gang. Faye says, I was thinking exactly the same. Why insert yourself? Yeah, for Kathy, what more can she do for her allegedly? I know. I mean, it's strange, isn't it? It's very strange. So, um, Mob Crew is good at gerontology, did I say that right? Those measurements too? I mean, it's something that is gonna be so tough because of the placement, right, of the camera, but you can I mean, like, I wonder if he could see where the camera is located. I mean, they're basically located in the same spot all the way around the restaurant, so that's a good thing. So, if he's good at taking that angle, which we know he is because of the lights video, I wonder if he could match them up in that way, like using the picture on the top where the hoodie's walking, because that's. I just wish we had better pictures to work with. Um, I don't know. And then the light is causing shadow like over her face. So, oh, no, Crazy Buck. I know that, but they also had another uh they also were sending snacks to the church, um as well as like having dinners there because or they did a dinner and a lunch, and it was Live Love Nashville that put those on, and that was collecting like the snacks and stuff for people. So, um I was just wondering if maybe they knew that, or if their congregation knew a lot about it, because of that. Also, I think that's where Eric Craddock attends church. I'm almost positive it is. Um, Poppy Love says it's at the intersection of Long Hollow Boulevard and New Shackle Island Road, and then Indian Lake Boulevard are good streets to reach people. That's certain places without sidewalks and others that are. Yeah, it would be good to have a place with sidewalks for sure. You know, um, especially if a group of us were going. I wouldn't want to be in an area where if somebody decided to swerve off on accident and hit anybody, I think it would just be so dangerous with the threats that Chris has made. So I'd just be so leery of that. But like as long as it's got, um yeah, Faye, that's a good idea. Passed out flyers in the Gallatin neighborhood. Um I think anywhere is a good place around the community to spread awareness as long as we do it safely. Um I mean, it's crazy that people don't know about Sebastian there. So, aw, thank you, little Miss Sharon. It's crazy to me that anybody would want to disrupt with the drones. I just don't get it. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to do. So what? You're flying a drone. Like I said, it's not like it's like, you know, a nuisance, or unless if she's gonna be flying it towards or at people, then you call the police and tell them that she's a complete nut bar, right? So hey, Texas cowgirl up. Yeah, I mean, I wish I had better ones for you guys, but these are pretty close. Um, and again, if the tallest booth at the Texas Roadhouse is 4 foot, this lady doesn't look very tall. So maybe, and I'm thinking I can't remember if there's like a little ramp up. I would have to go back and look at the Texas Roadhouse. I wish we just had a better. I just wish we had better pictures. Animal. I know, Holly, it's disturbing and shows their true nature. Yeah, it does. I mean, it's like, again, it's like, I mean, why you would decide that you were going to try to sue somebody is beyond me, especially when their child's missing for no reason. I mean, it's just oh, AI to compare. That's a good idea, Faye. Yeah. Yeah, I have not plugged it into AI. Um, I don't use AI a lot, but a lot of people do, and it's interesting to me. Um, Congress used AI today really bad and better solution than um the oh what who did they use it for though? What criminal? They used it in Congress but led people to believe it was real. Anyways, really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, artificial intelligence. I know you can plug things in. How do I load a picture into it though? They could use their efforts to help Sebastian by helping to reach more people instead of causing chaos. Yeah, it's childish and sick. It is. And the thing is that like she's not getting a whole lot of people that I think she's trying to make it seem like it's going to be a bigger thing than it is. Um I don't see like, I think I would be more worried or whatever if I saw a lot of comments or anything like that, like people like, "Oh yeah," but I mean, I just kind of think like Seth said, she's probably mentally unstable, and the best thing to do with those people again is, just have compassion for them and ignore them and things like that. But then again, when, you know, the resemblance is really uncanny. So I just figured I would show you guys and see what you all thought. Um, well, I guess I am with you, Animal, on that. What does the AI do though? What do you mean by the comparison? Because I also do art and know that it has no basis in reality, and I think that's the hardest part, right? With the AI, I don't know whether to trust it or not. And also, I can really, I'm pretty good at picking out facial features on people, in my opinion, Animal too, because of being an artist. Um, so I mean, I would trust myself more than the computer, but then again, I don't know. Some of those programs are pretty good. Um, I just don't know which one would be the best one, like what's one I could use in order to do that. What bothers me is that there was a guy who followed Kylie Rodney's case, and he is a youth leader in the church that BC attended, and he has not said one word. Oh, really? This case is in his own backyard, in my opinion. Oh, I didn't know that he covered Kylie Rodney's case, Funtuski. That's interesting. Huh. I did not know that. I know which guy you're talking about. I just didn't know there was a connection there, I guess. Um, oh, thank you guys. Thanks, KJ. Marion says lawsuits have helped in other missing child's cases, like, yeah, Madeline McCann's case. Yeah, I agree, Marion. Um, I also think about Gabby Petito's parents and how they ultimately had to take the laundries, through that process because they weren't being truthful. Aw, that's so cute. KJ says Sebastian loved to give the thumbs up. Aw, give one now. How sweet. Man, I love those pictures of Sebastian when he's got his thumbs up, right? He's just too cute when he does that. Um, yeah. There are multiple programs of artificial intelligence here in Greece. Oh, really? Coroner officials started using the AI. Really? No kidding. Wow, Faye. Um, So does the chat GPT thing, could I use that in order to do that, to do a comparison? I know, I do too. I'm kind of like, I mean, I use the AI, like, I'll tell you, it was cool. The one night I was trying to find a background, and just for my background here, and I just typed in can't ignore, can't unsee or something like that, and it came up with this. And this is AI. I did not, do anything, like I didn't create this. So I thought that was really cool. And then the same thing with the true crime party. I thought that was really neat. I just put in true crime party, like, and there it is. And I'm like, that is really cool. So I've saved those backgrounds from AI, um, you know, because I thought they were pretty cool. So, um, oh, sorry. Where's my other background? I could probably put this one on there too. Um, so oh, Gemini app. Okay, Gemini app. Let me see if I can't try that, Autumn. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so new to it, guys, that I haven't used it, you know? So, in my opinion, the same person. You think so, Ava? You think so? I mean, I think it'd be cool to just look and see what, what we can get off of it because, maybe it'll tell us something like maybe it'll be like, no, it's not, I don't know. Oh, like a police sketch though. No. Yeah, I think so. I think so, Animal Mother. Yeah. I think it is like a police sketch. Didn't they approve the Unaburger or Unibanger Unabomber? His sketch was previously sketch artist that the witness was remembering. I mean, I just think that that's fascinating how people can get that spot on. But a lot of times when especially when you're good at portraits and stuff like that, you learn the different structures of people's faces, you notice people's higher cheekbones, and things like that. So, yeah, okay, so KJ says AI is great to analyze data and organize it for information. It's often in error. Right. Yeah, and I mean, I could see how it would be kind of fun to see, what comes out, but other than that, I don't know if I would take it for 100% anyway. Um okay, I will. Okay, so she was yeah, cuz she's used AI program Betty has. She used it to pull all the interviews video. Okay. So I was watching her do that and that was really interesting, Faye, and I thought the computer made some really good points when I watched her do that. Yeah. Very, very good points. And I use Google sometimes just to be like, um, what's the likelihood of this? Or I might say, if somebody uses this term, like the other day, for instance, I Googled, what does it mean when somebody says comes up missing, right? Like if I was to say, over and over again in the same interview, oh, they just came up missing, when they came up missing, when they came up missing. This term or this phrase was used multiple times in the same interview, and every time the person said it again, 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 and I'm like, oh, what is this that and they said that you have to look at the context and you also have to see if there's any emotion behind when the person saying it, and that could mean it's suspicious. So I was like, well, that makes sense, so I just kind of you know keep it in mind. um which one, Kylie? This one over here, the one that I had up. This would be right here. So on either side, yeah, this is the same person on one side and then on the other side. So same person. And then the green hoodie in the middle. So, but I will do that. Hey Diesel. Bullhorn Betty was using Chat GPT. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I like your American flag. Try asking the AI Beacons app for information. Okay, cool. I will do that. Yeah, I need to kind of get maybe more into that and just, see what we come up with. Um, AI is the correct term in other languages. I think it's not great at image comparison still. Okay, some use it, but I don't think, uh, or I wouldn't trust that either. Yeah, I mean it's tough, right, for the computer to be intuitive in my opinion, and especially with this is it's so blurry. I mean, you know, So if anybody has a better picture, if anybody could get a better picture that's clear of the face. I mean, we really need to, even if, because it's hard, but you do need to kind of take away everything else and just kind of look at the face to face right first and see if we can get facial recognition on that. Oh, okay. Texas cowgirl up. She's cowgirling up right here. Thank you. She says I put the picture in Chat GPT and then a lot of the similarities, or excuse me, lots of similarities versus not. So more similarities than not. That's really good to know. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fantastic. So, I mean, I think that's what our own 2 eyes are telling us all too, right? Because a lot of people were like, "Wow, that's pretty close," or, "I can see that." So, see, and that's okay. So, KJ Mac, I love that you're here too because she's like, so AI can only compare and contrast the pixels you provide. So, that's what's really, really tough because these other pictures are heavily pixelated, and also that's what happens when you zoom into an image, right? Um, then if you're taking one like I cropped both of these photos of Texana or Texana. I don't know how to say it. So with that being said, it was a larger picture, so I just cropped it out. And the same thing here because you could actually see like there's decorations and stuff around, but I just wanted to make sure that we could get a close up view. With these ones, we're working with cameras on the building outside and then inside. There's cameras everywhere, so if they were able to pull more footage, then I'm sure they have a better photo of the green hoodie person. Because I know some people think the green hoodie person is a man, and that's fine. Um, but I'm leaning more towards no, for it being a man. So yeah, yeah, it's super interesting, right? I think it is too. But again, I do think it's something that we kind of um need to keep in mind. So so the pictures were taken recently. The Christmas picture was just this last Christmas. And then the one where it appears that they're in like some sort of a facility. I don't know if they work there or what. Um, that one is a little bit older of a picture. Um, so, and I'm thinking because I noticed the forehead wrinkles. I wonder if that's why maybe she wears the bandana. Yeah, Gracie, it does. I'm so surprised. Thanks for stopping in. I was surprised at finding so many similarities, especially in the video. Um, that was really shocking. I was like, let me see what comes out and stuff like that. Let's see what But then the video playing, and I did slow that video down, guys, and zoom in on it too. So I mean, that's gonna make it blurrier and yeah, exactly, exactly. And humans, right? Me too, KJ. I'm like, I'd like to ask a human, please. Yep, that's me too. It's like, let's consult a human before. But I do think that the computers can be helpful, like with data, like you said, because they're, especially because they can crawl across the web and grab it all up, right? Quickly. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yes, yes, yes. YouTuber. I was thinking the same thing. That's funny. That's what I was thinking too. I know it's Ted Kaczynski, but some of the I mean, even in the age progressions can be really, really good. I mean, I've seen some that were just so spot on. I've seen others that I was like, "Oh, I don't like that as much," but um, any little bit helps. So the Beacon app will talk to you in a big conversation like normal. Oh, really? Oh my goodness, Autumn. And then, it's because I've watched too much Doctor Who that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna come to life now." That's cool though. That is really cool. Um, hmm. Well, I'll definitely have to check that out, the Beacon app. Um, I'll have to look into this. So, well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off a little bit early tonight, because I want to finish up with some things that I've been working on, and then tomorrow I'm gonna hope to go live like a little bit earlier, kind of like I did today, and just kind of do it like a chit chat. Unless I can pull in a little bit more information, I just don't see me getting a video out tonight. Um, for tomorrow yet, because it'll just be, you know, I'm still working on getting some interviews together, although, who knows, maybe I could get one of the interviews out that I was trying to get out with Sabrina, cuz I've kind of chopped it up in order to put it into a video format with another video comparison, but I did want to play it out, completely through so you guys could listen to it without me stopping through it, and then maybe we could review it. So maybe we might do that. Um so I don't think that she's on the spectrum. Animal, I don't. No, I don't. Um, Marion, I'm thinking I will do like 2:30 Eastern. I think that would be a good time to do it. Yeah, and I think that's a great question too, because a lot of times people on the spectrum will take things very literally, and I wondered about that too. But I don't think so. I think it's just more of like, I'm on a mission, for whatever reason. That's why I'm just curious if anybody knows if she has a connection to Kathy, or, Patty, the lawyer. Because I'm thinking that maybe she met Texana through Patty, the lawyer. And maybe it happened after Sebastian went missing. What would be the ultimate answer is if LE would question her, yep, yep, of her whereabouts the night Sebastian went missing. She resembles this green hoodie quite a bit. I agree. And they cleared this person so quickly and said that they found this person, but it's never been confirmed. So, well, great, Marion. Love to have you. So, I mean, it is tough. That's why I just wanted to see what you guys thought. Um, Barney popped into my head with an adult conversation. Spentuski. Do we contact Betty to suggest plans for lunches, meetups, etc.? Yeah, so KJ, I need to get together with Betty on that as well, because I have, talked with her a little bit. I also need to visit that Facebook page and see what's going on over there, because I did say, hey, I'm willing to help, or what are you guys planning on doing, type of a thing. So I need to go over there and check that actually. Um, so, because I think, we're gonna it'll probably all be coming together this month. And again, it's so hard with these people that are doing crazy things like this. Um, yeah, yeah. Now these, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how long they've known each other, Faye. I really don't. Oh, thank you, Maui. I'll check it. Yeah, I need to get to those emails as well. Um, Yeah, you guys gotta get those likes. Do 3 more likes. Whoever hasn't hit the like, go out and hit it. No. No, I love you guys. You guys are the best, and I really appreciate you guys, giving me your feedback here, because it's important for us to kind of identify, are we looking at the right person? Should we be looking other places? I just wanna know, uh, I would just love to be looking in the right place? I don't wanna waste all of our time looking at, something where we're not, I guess, to put it in Katie's words, not being productive. Um, I know the hair, it's still the hair for me, even though it's like, Texana's hair is like white gray, again, no offense. But it's just the way her hair is shaped. I always thought the green hoodie had very strange hair. I didn't know if it was a wig. I wasn't sure, but then when I saw the comparison, I'm like, okay, here we go. So, you know. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow around 2:30 Eastern time, and I'll set that live up. And I so much appreciate you guys and your feedback. All right, you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day.